What is up, YouTube? It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, but I'm back. Took a break for a good reason. We had baby number 2 arrive. It is currently 5:36 in the morning, so I'm not going to get too deep in anything right now, but life right now has just been different. Waking up at 5 a.m., I understand why they call these dad hours, and I understand why my dad used to wake up at 5 a.m. as well, because it's just peaceful in the morning. There's no chaos or the sleep. You can just do something that you want to do for yourself. When I wake up, I don't like having coffee immediately, so I've been having hot chocolate in the morning. Essentially electrolytes, chocolate electrolytes. I literally just take this, I put hot water in a mug, and I dump it in there. Usually don't do a full scoop. Stir it, and then that's literally some hot chocolate. Electrolytes, hot chocolate. Just nice having a warm beverage. It's supposed to be like 30 degrees, 27 degrees today, which isn't actually cold because I'm still Canadian, but for Florida, it's cold, so cut me a break. So yeah, I'm gonna not waste time because it's early as fuck in the morning, like I said. And I'll catch you guys up later on what it's like having 2 babies. Not 1, but 2. Alright, so I feel like I had to share this because it's hilarious and, well, because it's real. You see my office at work. It is very minimal, very clean. I gotta turn a light on here because you can't see shit. So yeah, I like minimal, I like clean, I like organized. This is what I'm working with. Well, I don't even know what this is. Food, bread, baked goods, balls, coloring, painting. And then this is Dad's office right here in the corner. Got a chair and a laptop and a stack of books to hold my laptop up. And I sit right here. And if someone wants that PS5, I will not use it probably ever again. Hasn't been turned on in years. So if someone wants a free PlayStation 5, I will give that away. There will be a day where I'm sitting in my office and I look over and it's perfectly spotless and there'll be no children in my house. It'll be quiet and it will be clean. And I will miss the fuck out of having little babies running around causing chaos. So right now when I work and I look over, instead of being stressed of like, oh, my office isn't clean or I don't have an office to begin with at all, it's more of a just grateful. Like this feels like love to me, you know, like chaos, children playing, fun. These are the seasons that as a parent, everyone always says you miss the most. So I'm truly trying to like soak it in and just be grateful that we have little kids, little babies that want to play, that want to be with us, that want to be held and do all the things. So enjoying it all. And who gives a fuck what my office looks like. So with that being said, it's early. I want to get some shit done before they all wake up. Breakfast, gym, get on with the day. All right, so we are back in action. Kinda, who knows, I might go disappear again from YouTube. But to be completely honest, YouTube, filming, anything work-related has not been my priority for the last month and a half, I guess now. It's been an interesting, different season of my life, and honestly been really enjoying it. Courtney was due on December 28th, so Christmas was before that, and then I took a week off work before that, and then she didn't end up going to labor until January 11th, so she was 2 weeks on the dot late, and now we're 3 weeks to the date of that, so Blake is 3 weeks old right now, and so the last month and a half, I've literally just been spending time at home with my family, just being like a full-time dad, pretty much chilling. I have my little Zoom calls and bits of work where I plug in where I'm needed, but I really have just been focusing on like being present with my family. I feel like I've spent a lot of my time focusing my energy outward of like building, progressing in business and bodybuilding and mentally and physically and all these things. And I was like, I just need a moment of stillness and like taking time to appreciate all that I've earned and all that I've built. Not that it's nice, cool, money, all the things, but my family, my relationship, and being able to just like, I've earned the time to just do nothing for an extended period and be present and intentional with my family, which is the most important thing to me. And honestly, it's been a really amazing season. Like the differences of like the crazy shit I've done over the last few years to just like every single day being the same thing on repeat of like waking up at 5 a.m., having some time alone, then the babies wake up, feed them, play outside, distract them, breakfast, come to the gym if I can, go to the park with Bradley late at night, just me and her, so mom can have some time with just Blake and be able to bond with her and relax and have her time and all the things. So it's been just like that pretty much on repeat, and then night comes and it's like dinner time, bath time, story time, books, put the babies down, and then go to sleep, pass out at 9 o'clock, wake up, repeat, and go again. And finding presence and enjoyment and like fulfillment in those little things, because life is always the same. There's no like grand vacations or Olympias or business deals or all these things, but it's just
intentional little moments, like Bradley laughing, getting to play, her saying some new words, eating something, the baby making new noises, and all these little things. And just being present enough to enjoy that, I feel like, isn't something that happens by accident. It takes intentionally and mindfully like trying and practice and like shedding off other things on your mind and focusing on that. Like, I truly, like, I hear parents all the time being like, it goes so fast, you have no idea. And having an almost 2-year-old now, it's so fucking true. And I do not want to be one of those parents who gets older and be like, fuck, like I really miss, I wish I'd been more present with my time back then. I want to be one of the parents like, fuck, I really miss those times, but I'm so grateful that I was present in those moments. And so I've been working really hard at that. And I have moments every single day, like without even trying, it's just coming naturally now, where I'm like holding Bradley and I'm like, I will not always get to hold my little girl like this. Like, she'll eventually be an adult and not want to be held and walked around the park and little things. And I'm going to miss those moments a lot. So I'm just been soaking all that up and enjoying it. And I truly believe that like in terms of like purpose and things you work really hard for, it's literally, for me, it's been for a season and seasons like this, where like I want to be able to provide for my family and have the freedom where I can just drop everything and just spend time like this and love my family. And it's truly been an amazing season of like healing and relaxation and kind of like revitalizing me more than you would think, given it's been chaos as well. But it's been super nice. So I think it's super important to like slow down sometimes and look at like what the life you're building is for. And for me, it's been for shit like this, you know, and I will go back to having more stuff going on and being plugged into more work and more business and more contribution fulfillment, all those kind of things, because that is super important to me. But this has really taught me that within that now I need to make sure that I'm not just like having these big seasons. It's like, okay, well, if I love this, and like maybe I only ever work till 3 p.m. and my day's early so I can have my nights and go to the park and play with my kids and do all the things I want to do with them. And whatever they have going on, like fucking school plays or sports or whatever it is, I drop everything, and that's my priority. So that's been life lately, and it's been amazing, truly. It's been awesome being able to spend time and support Courtney through this like chaos of having 2 babies, trying to like manage breastfeeding and feeding and sleeping and sleep schedules and toddler and eating and all the different things. So it's been a good time, busy and tiring for sure, but emotionally like fulfilling, I guess. I don't know how to like contribute that like difference of like, it's filling me up with energy because it's amazing, but it's also really fucking tiring and I'm exhausted a lot of the time. But with all that being said, I haven't really cared to film a YouTube video. Just haven't really given a shit. So it's been like 5 weeks since I've picked up a camera and done anything like this. So a little rusty, but we're rolling into it. My training right now is rebuilding structural balance, trying to prevent injuries and fix and get my body to athletics, still doing a lot of that. But I have one hypertrophy day right now a week, and that is today, so it's full upper body. There's like hypertrophy workouts mixed in everything I do, but like just like go to the gym and train full upper body and like get after it. So that's today. It's fucking cold outside. I hate that I have these lights on and I don't have the natural light coming in, but it is 30 degrees, I think, right now, 29 degrees. And for Florida, that is cold, so do not judge me for being cold. I have no heaters or anything in this gym. So in the summer, I'm melting, and now in the winter, I'm freezing. So I'm gonna warm up, get after it, and that's about all I gotta say right now. I'm trying to, for everything I do, specifically target something that I need to work on beyond just the hypertrophy aspect. So when I'm doing chest, I'm going to try and focus on opening and stretching because my chest is tight and rolled in. So I started holding on to the extra far, like the handles, not the handles, the bar, which gives me more of a stretch. Give that little bounce on the bottom to focus on strengthening and stretching out down there. When I do a dumbbell, I'll do neutral. Try and get really deep, maybe rotate a little bit. When I do back, I'm gonna do wide grip. Try and focus on rhomboids a little bit more than lats. Because again, lats pull you down and forward a little bit more. I already have strong lats. So while it's hypertrophy, I'm still trying to emphasize the structural balance stuff that I need to work on, as well as maintaining the muscle that I have. If that makes any sense. I haven't YouTubed in a while, guys. Don't judge me. My whole upper body just like rolls forward. Doing a wider grip T-bar row with an extra quarter rep on the shortened length of the movement. So down, squeeze, back down, really focusing on getting that tight squeeze up there. So I'm building the reverse postural muscles that don't pull me forward. And then I'm doing just some like scap raises at the bottom, just trying to move my scapula and lock that in a little bit more at the end of the set. So 3 sets of flies, 3 sets of this, 3 sets of some dumbbell movement. Then we'll do little shoulders and get rolling on the upper body day. All right, so because I know some people are gonna be like, 1 hypertrophy day a week isn't enough to grow, I wanna touch on this because I understand, I get it. But this is the point of having phases of your training where you're focusing on one primary thing so you can actually make progress, rather than trying to fix injuries, increase mobility, hypertrophy, strength gain, speed. If you're trying to work on all those things or too many things at once, you'll accomplish none of them. Whereas if you have a period, you have a phase where you're focusing on one thing as a priority and you have auxiliary things that you're maintaining with, you won't lose on the other ones, but you'll actually make progress on the other. So you need to go through those phases, just like seasons of life. When you're trying to focus on one thing, if you focus on too many, you accomplish none of them. But if you want to build your business to somewhere sustainable, and then you can pull out of that now it's sustainable and maybe put your venture somewhere else and build that till sustainable, and you can go forward. But if you try and launch 5 things at once, you accomplish none of them. So I had a hypertrophy phase, I've had them, I'm trying to rebuild my body now. So in order for for my mental insanity, because I like hypertrophy, and B, to not lose muscle, I have 1 day a week where I'm pushing some weight in the movements where I feel like my body needs, and I feel good while also working on the structural balance stuff in the middle of it, like I talk about. And therefore I don't lose the hypertrophy, but my focus right now is on things like my groin, my external rotators, my feet, my posture, and some other more athletic, rhythmic things that I'm trying to build forward to. So that's the point of having a program and a plan for time as you're doing things. Sure, if your main goal is just hypertrophy, you can focus on that. But if you still don't take periods of time out to fix on nagging pains or injuries or ranges of motion and stuff, eventually you will get injured. And that will take you to the gym for an extended period of time, which will actually set you back further than if you had just taken the time to work on the things and prevent the injury to begin with. So the whole idea is you maybe take a step back or you pause for a little bit, but it's so you can take 3 steps forward instead of injuring yourself and taking 3 steps back. So that's why I only have 1 hypertrophy day a week. So a lot of different heads to the delt than you realize. You don't just have to do upright, which is a little bit more anterior, or pure rear delt. The rear delt runs through a lot of what people think is the mid delt. So this is a little bit of rear delt with mid delt, and I'm not just focusing on weights pulling me forward. It's because my body's tilted forward and gravity is pulling me down a bit. I need to pull the weights back a little bit, engaging more rear delt, helping my body strengthen and open up. So it's the theme of this workout if you haven't realized it yet. I'm gonna superset this with overhead tricep extension with the rope. Same thing, overhead, because it's stretching me into that position where my lats are open, lifting up my mid back, trying to be open and stretch everything up and back as much as possible instead of hunch forward like the rope here. So just trying to do everything in that theme.
All right, I wanted to show it from those raises from that angle because I want to show what I'm trying to do on these is even at the end, instead of trying to get extra reps where I go like, I kind of rock my shoulders for a little bit, I'm trying to at least slightly engage my traps and mid back a little bit so that I'm almost like pulling back and then up here. I'm trying not to shrug or roll forward to do anything, but be pinned back here and lift up and down. Makes you quite a bit weaker. I'm using 20 pounds. That was like my 5th set of these, but still locks you into a better position and it keeps the weight actually isolated on your delts. I did a lot of shit over the years where I would just hammer it out extra reps. And there's a time and place for that, and I would still do it. But too often in the wrong way, without strengthening the things you need, are why I've had like 8 tears in my labrum, supraspinatus, infraspinatus multiple times. I just did 5 sets back and forth between the overhead tricep extension and the lateral raises here, so that's enough of that. I'm gonna prop this down to, I don't know, 45 degrees and do my favorite bicep exercise of all time. And again, in the theme of this workout, it might be a little bit low for me right now, I'm a little less mobile than I was a couple months ago, but the theme, pinning back the shoulder blades, stretching the chest, and only pulling from my biceps, so I'm not engaging that front. Your biceps actually tie all the way in, up under your delt here by your chest, so if they're tight and only strengthened in that tight position, like if you only curl here, they'll be stuck like that. Your arms will be stuck like this, they'll be rotated in, and you'll have shit posture and hurt your shoulders. Whereas if you strengthen your bicep in the lengthened position and you get them strong back here, it'll be much easier to hold your posture. So you can tell my obsession this year is posture because I ruined it from not focusing on this shit through too long. So better late than never. All right, so important part of this one is getting into the position properly. If you can't get into it on as declined as it is, inclined technically, but more inclined makes it easier, however you want to phrase that, then incline it more, lift the bench up. But you literally, I need to start by almost like pulling my elbows back to get my biceps over my lats, and then I'm behind my lats, and I like tuck down, and use the bench like slide up, and you're really like pinching your shoulder blades back. And then you supinate your wrists as far as you can so your curl isn't close to your body. It's actually farther out to get even more of a stretch. And then just control the weight because you're in a very stretched position. All right, so that's a wrap on today's workout. I know it's a lot different than a typical, especially hypertrophy workout of mine, but I'll try and go through a lot more of the workouts of this current phase. But for example, I'm hitting volume on the muscle more throughout the week than just this. So this is my hypertrophy day, but there's still movements throughout the week. For example, let's say for shoulders, while I'm still working on stabilizing my shoulder with my core and my pelvis tilted with a little bit of like a lateral stability movement. So like I'll be on the ground, half kneeling with a landmine, hips tilted forward, abs crunched down so my ribs are in line with my pelvis, so everything here is locked in, and I'm lifting the landmine up with 2 hands really heavy and then lowering it down really controlled. So while that's technically working on a lot of stability and stuff that's going to help a lot more than just tricep and shoulder, it's also working my tricep and shoulder. So throughout the week, I'm getting more volume on the muscles than just what you see here. This is just like the little bit of sprinkle on top, if you will, of hypertrophy, like I said, to make sure I'm keeping a little bit of gains on my body right now. So that being said, it is a filming day for me. I have to film a bunch of shit for app and for raw and a bunch of other stuff because I haven't done much work at all, like I said, in about 6 weeks. So time to start slowly rolling back into life. As I said in my New Year's video, there's a lot of really cool changes that are coming up really soon in life. Some fun announcements, some fun changes. But for now, I gotta work, get home, see Bradley, take her to the park, and do our routine, because it's one of my favorite parts of the day. That's really all I got.
All right, so this is our daily 4 to 5 o'clock ritual between me and Bradley. I don't know if you can see in the back seat back there, but I throw in the back of the car. Courtney gets some time alone with Blake, and then we come and play at the park. The sun is setting. Excuse me, what are you doing back there? But she's the most patient little girl in the back of the car. Now she used to hate it. All right, but yeah, she's probably gonna get pissed soon sitting back here because we're already at the park and she wants to get out there and party on the slides. So this is our ritual. We come out here, we play on the slides, we play with pine cones and acorns and sand, and shouldn't really like going the slide anymore, but that's my call. We're gonna go hit the park. Gotcha. Motan, you ready? All by yourself. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Ta-da! Me? My turn? Watch out! I gotcha. Kaga. This for me? Thank you. You okay? You gotta keep your shoes on. I know. You got sand in them. I got sand in mine too. It's okay. This is the stick at the park stuck in the ground where I'm planning my first life lesson for Bradley. I first was like, you can't pull it out, it's stuck. And then I was like, you know what? No. I was like, it's really hard. You can keep trying though. And if you're really strong, you can pull it out of the ground. Gotta encourage, not limit her beliefs on what she can and can't do. Learning.